Welcome back to Truth and Knowledge. Now we come to Exodus, the story of liberation. God raises Moses to demand freedom for Israel. Pharaoh refuses. Plague after plague descends, and only after the death of Egypt's firstborn does Pharaoh relent. It is told as triumph, but let us ask, what really happened here? The text repeats again and again. Pharaoh's heart was hardened. Sometimes by himself, yes, but many times explicitly by God. The Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart. Exodus 9:12, 10:20, and 11:10. If Pharaoh's stubbornness was God's doing, how can he be blamed? If God made him resist, then the suffering of Egypt, the blood, the boils, the hail, the death, was not Pharaoh's fault, but God's will. And who suffered for this hardening? Not Pharaoh alone. All Egypt. Crops destroyed, cattle killed, children dead in their beds. If the point was to show God's power, why was it displayed through the death of innocents? This is not liberation. It is spectacle, not justice. It is theater. The plague read like propaganda against Egypt, Israel's oppressor. The Nile becomes blood, mocking Egypt's river. Frogs, locusts, darkness, all attacks on the land's gods. The story is less about history, more about declaring Israel's God supreme over Egypt's. But in this contest, people die. What do we see here? Not a God of mercy, but a God who manipulates hearts and inflicts suffering to prove his name great. We see the fingerprints of a people who suffered under empire, reshaping their pain into a story of divine revenge. It is powerful as myth, but as morality, it is troubling. So let us hear the truth in this story. Not that God hardened Pharaoh's heart, but that ancient people hardened their memory into story. They imagined a God of vengeance because they longed for justice. But the justice of Exodus is not universal. It is tribal. It is not liberation for all, It is victory for some at the cost of others. Amen, if I may borrow the word.